So she moved out, and I was still living with my parents. I come and go. At some point, they asked me, I have to choose between my parents and you. So I chose you.
Yeah, they didn't like the idea he was coming, he was going to visit me. Because they knew when he wasn't working, he was with me, but they didn't really like it. So every time he was home, they fight. So.
And actually, my dad actually gave me a deal. If she just go back to Colombia and come back in 2 years, he will accept. I mean, I felt like if she goes back to Colombia, then we wouldn't be together. So I didn't like at all. I couldn't take that deal.
Because we really want to be together at that point.
Only thing I wanted to be is like be with you, but nothing worked. Not everything is trying to stop me.
Yeah. So yeah, he was like going home and going to work and then going to stay with me, but his parents didn't really like it. So at some point he had to decide if he break up with me or stay living with them. And the next thing I know is just he's coming home with a suitcase. So I was really shocked because suddenly we are living in this small room.
I packed my clothes, of course, and stuff I need, but somehow I took 2 chopsticks and 2 spoons from my parents' house. I kind of stole it.
We cannot even buy 2 spoons, seriously.
I don't know why I did it, but somehow I took 2 spoons and 2 chopsticks.
I know. When I saw that, I was really like, what is this? Yeah, so we end up living together in this really small room. And I think that's another test for a couple, because living together in that small space is not for everybody.
I remember the room was really, really small. There was a single bed, so we couldn't fit.
And we were just sleeping
we were sleeping like this, and I even had to put
your
one small box
to put
on top of my arm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know how I did it, how we did it right now. I think about it.
I don't know how we did it. Yeah, even though we have really small place, we were so happy with really simple things, right? So I think we have a good phase in our relationship, because we start growing together and trying to get better, and we really appreciate every single thing we get, because we literally start from bottom.
So the base is really important for our life. Every time we have difficulties, we actually think about how we started, what we went through. A lot of things is nothing compared to that.
So I remember the feeling in that really tiny small room. It was happy moment. We have a lot of happy moments there.
I remember the day I woke up in the morning and I was looking at her. She was sleeping and I was actually smiling.
Aww.
I was just really happy to be with you. It's an incredible feeling. I was just looking at you, smiling, all the happiness.
So anyway, the time comes and then my visa is going to expire. So we thought the best I can do at that point is going to another country in Asia to renew my visa and come
travel
back.
visa.
Yes. So I went to Hong Kong for a weekend, and thankfully I have a friend there, a friend from Hong Kong, so I wasn't that alone. It was okay. I came back to Korea and we keep living together for another 3 months. Things were getting serious, and then I was trying to learn Korean, trying to stay busy. He was working, and then I have to get out again to Hong Kong. But the second time I have a kind of issue in the airport in Hong Kong. They were asking me, what are you doing in Korea, why are you coming back to Hong Kong so soon, all this. So at that point I figured this is not really working. I cannot keep doing this.
That's true.
What I'm doing. Seriously, I love him so much. We are so good together, but this is cannot happen.
Too difficult to live like that.
Too difficult to live
every
like
3
this.
months you have to come back. Not possible.
So I called him. I was crying and said, I cannot do this anymore. I don't know. Maybe I have just to come back to Colombia. Maybe I can I cannot do this anymore. So
over the phone, I told her, let's get married.
The most romantic proposal ever. So I was like, are you serious? Are you sure?
But
Really?
But I said, of course, I'm
say,
serious.
please think about it. I'm gonna think about it, and then when we see each other in Seoul, we will talk about it. So let's see, right? And then when we saw each other, like, okay, let's get married.
Yeah, I remember when you came back and
yeah, we talked
talk
about it.
I just didn't want to lose you. Just want to be together, but so difficult.
So difficult.
So after she came back from Hong Kong, I don't know why I didn't use the day off for my work. Probably I was new, so I kind of had to check.
Company,
yeah. So somehow I came out during lunchtime, and we went to the office and report the marriage.
We just signed out the paper. It wasn't romantic at all, like super fast. And then 1 hour, lunch hour, we went to have lunch together, and then hour is gone, and he came back to the office, and I remember I called one girl I met while doing like language exchange. I said, hey, I just got married, let's meet up. So I was with her, and then waiting for him. He got out from the office, and then we celebrate. We were married, which was really like a strange feeling.
I didn't expect at all I was going to marry somebody like that.
Yeah, I know.
And in the meantime, I didn't really talk to my parents. Once in a while, my parents call me, but always the same. The more I talk, the more we fought. So I didn't want to talk. Well, I didn't want to tell them we married.
So
right?
you keep a secret, like how long? Like 1 year?
I think more than 1 year, 1 year and a half.
I don't remember. Then for me to get like a spouse visa, I need to go to Colombia to report the marriage and go to Korean embassy in Colombia. So we planned our trip to Colombia. So it was so good to see my family and friends again. It was so good to be home and introduce my new husband. Of course, they were surprised. Before I married him, I talked to some of my family, and some of them were supportive, but some of them were like, you're too young, think about it. It wasn't about his nationality, he's Korean, no, it was just more like I was too young to get married. Being abroad is not easy, and being like a foreigner wife is not easy, so really think about it. And they always told me like, just come back, something happened. The guy is not good for you, he treats you bad, or something happened, just come back. So yeah, I have like money to, if I need to take a plane, I just go back. So that's really important. But he was great with me. I didn't really have problems with him. Anyways, when we went to Colombia, how do you feel there?
Colombia actually was a lot nicer than I thought. A lot more, I don't know, developed and prettier than I imagined. And I met her friends and families. They were really nice. So I felt really welcomed.
We had fun. We had fun in Colombia.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
But I remember one of the days I was sleeping with you and looking at the ceiling. Oh man.
I can't believe.
I can't believe I'm in Colombia.
With my Colombian wife.
And actually after marriage, and I didn't tell anybody. After marriage, I came here to see your family. So what if it could have been really, really bad?
Yeah, it could have been really bad. You don't know what kind. You just knew my uncle and my cousin. He met my uncle and cousin in Boston, but nobody else.
Luckily, everything was good.
Everything was good, and they tried to get to know him. So yeah, he stayed 2 weeks in Colombia, and he came back to Korea. I stayed a little longer with my family and processing my visa. My Korean visa. And then when I came back to Korea, now I feel like, okay, we need to get a different house because we are living in a really small house. It's cannot happening anymore. And also I was able to find a job at that point, so it was good. It was good. I was lucky, and even though I studied law in Colombia, but I couldn't really get a job as a lawyer here. But I started touring Spanish, which I never thought I was going to do. I started teaching Spanish, but I find out actually I like it. at that point I was surprised, and I like to meet new people, and my students are really nice and polite. I can learn so much from them. And I started enjoying a little bit more living here. We were getting better, and we moved to a new neighborhood, to the office there, so like bigger and nicer.
Yeah.
And everything was fine, but always the thing is feeling
bad feelings behind us.
Yeah, always feeling like heavy and
stressful.
Distressful. I want him to tell his family about our marriage, but he always say not yet. I'm not ready. So
I mean, what they gonna tell us? I didn't want to fight. Anyway, no matter what I say, I knew we were going to fight, so I didn't want to. And actually, some of them around me, they always told me we should have a baby, then they will accept us.
Oh yeah. I heard that from many people. Like, if you have a baby, they will accept us. But I keep telling them I don't want to have a baby because of that. What if they don't accept us, and then the poor baby? I mean, we want to have a baby when we are ready, not just because of that. So it wasn't an option at that point.
And one day, my grandma called me and asked me like, what's going on? Or how come you never call us, never visit us? So I explained my situation. You know, I want to be just with her.
All the family knew, right? But his grandma, was the only person who kind of accepted me and was like more open-minded in all the family. And I think thanks to your grandma, your family start opening up a little bit.
Yeah, she basically called me and listening what I was going through, and at the end she said, "Oh, if you want so much, you know, you should."
She knew we are not gonna stop.
She definitely understood what I was going through, so she kind of supported me. She's the only one in my family was supporting.
Yeah. So it was a blessing, because I think thanks to your grandma, she kind of forced other people in the family to be a little bit more accepting, and
exactly, I think so.
Right, and they kind of started inviting us to Chuseok and Solal, all these Korean holidays. But of course, at the beginning it was really awkward. But thanks to your grandma, I started feeling a little bit. It was good to be around her, right? Because I feel like
she had our back.
Yeah, she has our back, so it was really nice to have her.
And I was working, and also I got a job opportunity working in United States or in New York. I had an interview, and then actually I got it. So as long as I get the visa, working visa, then I was able to go.
Yeah, we will be leaving. We will leave in the country, but then your mom found out about it, right?
Yeah, I kind of told her.
Like we may want to live abroad. So I think at that point she realized, okay, they cannot stop us, and no matter what, we want to be together. So I think she's trying to be more welcoming, open up a little bit. So we moved close to his parents' house, like because it's like a better neighborhood. And at that point, we were working, and we were living fine. I mean, we didn't really have major problems besides, right, the situation with your parents.
Exactly.
So we moved to a new house, bigger and in better neighborhood, around 2015. It was summer, and then 3 months later, I got pregnant. Yeah, we were really excited, and I think that was a breaking point. Like this is like a really important moment with a relationship with your mom, especially. I think she got excited with the idea of a grandchild, and she started opening up more. Right?
I think so. I think really supported. After actually we got pregnant, and even after the baby was born,
she totally changed. But we didn't have the baby just to be accepted. When we decided to have the babies, because we knew we were ready as a couple, and we want to have a baby, right? So at that moment things start getting a little bit better with your family.
But my dad still.
Not
Once
happy.
in a while, not happy,
Mm-hmm.
and once in a while, just tell me, like, I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I could go live a lot easier way, but
Mm-hmm.
I took a really difficult way to live.
So after Sarah was born, and we start getting a lot better with his family.
Yeah, and they were really supportive.
Mm-hmm.
They start changing a lot, and also we were trying to be close to them. We visit, and we were trying to be nice, of course. And,
Try our best. Yeah.
and culture is different, but anyway,
Yeah.
we did our best, and they were start accepting. I start feeling it.
So people who know our story, they know how difficult it was. And some of them they told us we're crazy, some of them told us we are brave. We are happy because the point we are right now, we wouldn't imagine 5 years ago. Like we wouldn't imagine we are going to be in a good relationship with his parents, his family. But yeah, we
We
tried.
made it.
We made it. You know, we knew we want to be together, and we trust our instinct. Yeah, even though we are really different, we have like the same values, and we think family and love for each other, and we see potential. Like I see, when we start, we didn't have money, and like just really start working,
Yeah.
and
We got
I just
nothing.
have a little bit savings to be here. But we saw the potential. That's what we saw. Like we are good people. We are decent. We work hard. We can get better. That's what we thought.
The main reason I want to be with you is I could grow with you as a person, as a man. That's the main reason, for sure.
Yeah, I feel the same. I couldn't grow with you, and I always thought you were.
I mean, you're pretty, but that's not the main reason.
It's not the main
yeah,
reason.
That,
It's
I,
not
I
all-
wouldn't marry somebody just pretty.
Because you're pretty. Yeah, I mean handsome. Yeah, I feel the same. And right now I'm so happy we try so hard because we have Sarah. We have a beautiful family, which is the most important thing in the world.
In the future, Sarah is gonna find out
Crazy over.
what a low chance we should be born.
Yeah,
Right.
like it was crazy. Like crazy that mom and dad did everything for her to be born. If we don't do this, she wouldn't be born. So
Yeah.
that's why we think it was totally worth it. That's what I believe.
She wouldn't be here
She
if we
wouldn't be
didn't
here.
fall for it.
Yeah, that's right. But it wasn't easy at all. Like it was so stressful. But now I understand them a little bit better than before. I know they were worried. But we can talk about these without bad feelings. Right now we are fine. We even went vacation with them and my mom when she came last time. Everything's fine, and we came long way. Like
It took like
Long way.
6 years, 5 years, 5 years.
it took like 5 years, I would say. I don't know, it was madness. We were crazy or brave or I don't know, but I'm glad we did it, and we have our baby, we have our family. So this is basically the story. So what do you think? Let us know in the comments. What do you think about it? What do you think about international couples? If you have any questions. And bye bye. Adios.